Media's Role in Business Profits and Environmental Sustainability with Dr. Rebekah Jorgensen from Webster University. So, Rebekah, how would you describe the media's approach to this area?
I think the media have been basically non-existent in terms of most of the positive approaches that they could do. And part of that is because the nature of media is to report conflict. So that if you have something that's actually has some success stories, it's hard to find them on the front page.
Okay, so what would you say then to a CEO or a company that simply says that business profits and environmental sustainability simply are mutually exclusive?
The first thing I would say is that we recently were at a conference with the Green Cross International, and my students have been working with a number of groups, BioTrade from UNCTAD and others, the Green Cross International, that are showing over and over again that businesses can be very profitable and sustainable with environmental practices. For example, Mr. Cousteau here talked about what's happening in the ocean industries. It's happening with companies like Unilever. It's happening with Ferrari. The numbers are growing, and yet the coverage is not always there. The coverage talks about CO2 emissions and that kind of thing, but these success stories are happening and deserve to be reported.
Okay, so these success stories are two huge companies. You mentioned Unilever and Ferrari. What evidence have you seen to suggest there is a win-win approach?
It's in the numbers, first of all. You can look into the numbers. But the second thing that CEOs should take into account is that there are other ways in which to make it profitable besides the end numbers right now, and it bears looking into. Number one, there are more and more capital investments globally that are being tied to sustainability and environmental and human values issues. Those are important to use in terms of growth of companies. The second thing is that there are also trade components that are helping. For example, UNCTAD is helping with BioTrade. Sometimes these things were very convoluted in the past, but they're becoming increasingly simpler to implement. The third thing is to look at the social media and the fact that consumers like being sustainable, and especially the younger millennials. So when you're trying to appeal to a young audience, a young market, it's important to remember that they communicate among themselves, and if they have a choice between a company that's using sustainable versus company that's not using sustainable practices, down the line, the companies that are sustainable are going to benefit as long as the price points are within range.
Okay, Rebekah, thank you very much. And thank you for watching. Be sure to click back to Dukascopy TV for more updates and exclusive interviews. We'll see you next time.